Hi, thank you for your time in reflecting on this work. It's very important work. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Mike Brindisi, and I am the health and physical educator at Wayzata West Middle School. Like my colleagues, Alicia and Karen have already provided for you in this presentation, I'd like to take it to the next step further and talk about my journey with personalized learning and questioning, and the power of questioning with my learners in my current role. So I kind of have the best of both worlds. I was a peer coach like Karen currently is. Actually, I was Karen's peer coach and now she's mine. And so I've really had the best of both worlds with regards to seeing this work, observing this work in multiple classrooms throughout my 3 years as a peer coach, seeing the power of questioning, seeing the idea of multiple pathways. And it's really sparked my interest and my passion for personalized learning as it plays out in my classroom each and every day. So as a peer coach, I was able to work with 70 plus educators in multiple content areas, and really was able to dive deeper with questioning when I'd have my pre and post conference with them, when doing evaluations, and then seeing it play out in their classrooms. So being the observer and seeing it play out, talking it through with them, and as that and seeing that impact. I also was like, okay, how do I take what I'm seeing, I'm observing, and put it into my own practice? So as I shifted out of my peer coach role and back into my health and physical education role, I was able to really take what I had learned and make it my own with my learners and my content area. And this I really had it really had been springboarded this year as we took some very intentional steps in my building in my school community of personalized learning, being able to attend the institute's personalized learning boot camp, taking some site visits to other neighboring school districts, and seeing how personalized learning was playing out in their middle schools, and being able to take those ideas and put it into practice with my learners has been very much exciting, an awesome experience, a great way to really set up my learners for success and give them those multiple pathways for their learning. And the key piece here is voice and choice. So when I'm thinking about personalized learning, my journey, where I've been as a peer coach, how the power of questions have really taken it to the next level for myself with power of questioning. I also, like Alicia alluded to earlier in this presentation, of really jumping into the deep end. I really jumped into the deep end with this work this year. It was really has been much of a spark for me as an educator of over 15 plus years to just really look at this work with a new lens, a new way of being. I really see it as it's a way of being. It's not an initiative. It's not something that we should do onto learners. This is just a way of being that's best for learners. It's best practice. It's the best way for students to really own their learning and move the work forward. So key pieces for me this year has been creating a variety of multiple meaningful pathways. So when I look at my health and PE curriculum, what I've done is I've paired similar units of study together. So I started in the fall with pairing. The way we structure our content is through specific sport related units and themes. And so I started the year with pairing like flag football with rugby, flag rugby, and then I moved on to pairing tennis with pickleball. The piece that have been so excited for this winter was having students have the choice between basketball and volleyball. That's been where I've seen the most significance of this work play out, where I'd have students that maybe weren't very enthusiastic about basketball, but they might be on the club volleyball team. So for them to be able to have that choice, have that voice in their own learning, where they are similar content standards that are being met. And I'm looking forward to here in the next couple of weeks pairing a team sport versus an individual sport. I'm going to pair floor hockey with badminton and see where students' voice and choice takes them with that, because I'm always very intentional about how do we provide an opportunity for all learners through their middle school experience, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in my school community. How do I give them opportunities to succeed, but also exposing them to new opportunities that they might take with them after they leave our doors in 8th grade. And some of the pieces, the way I'm gathering data from my learners is surveying them through authentic assessments. In lesson, hey, how has this choice benefited you in your learning today? In the moment type of questions. I've also had Google Forms, like at the end of a unit, like what choice, how has choice impacted for you during this unit of study? And a key piece to note here is being an educator from Minnesota. One of the most beautiful places, hidden gems for some that maybe don't know, is the Boundary Waters canoe area. And in the background here of this slide is a picture of one of the lakes in the Boundary Waters, and it's just so clean and pristine. But the point that I'm trying to make with paralleling this Boundary Waters experience that I have typically every summer is pairing it with personalized learning. And when you get out on a lake, you have your own choice. There's different portages that you can go to that then takes you to the next lake, and so on and so forth. So I really see personalized learning, and my experiences that I've had, positive, enjoyable experiences I've had in the Boundary Waters, to make those kind of connections and parallels together. Now I want you to reflect a little bit. You've heard from Alicia, art teacher at our middle school. You've heard from Karen, our peer coach, talking about the power of questioning. And you've heard from me now. What is one key takeaway from this presentation that you might consider or wonder about with your learners and the people you serve? Again, thank you for being with us today. We really were appreciative of the Institute and having this opportunity. If there's any other questions or comments, or you want to connect with us, here's our contact information. Feel free to reach out to any of us at any point in time. And thank you again for your time.